Okay, stop.
Hammer time.
Before you write another blog manually, watch this. Same effort, 87% more visitors in just a couple of months. In this video, I'll show you the exact 10-step system I used for a client to get results like this consistently every month, even when we don't post. I went from spending entire weekends on single articles that got buried to building a system that creates authority content at scale. No theory, just the blueprints. Most people jump straight to AI without this critical information. AI amplifies whatever you feed it, so you need to define the brand personality first. I create what I call the brand DNA document, which acts as the personality guide for the AI tool that I'm using. So this is a quick example I created in ChatGPT by giving it a few details about what I want the brand DNA document to include, like pain points and the brand voice, a few details about the medical professional, and this is what I got in just a few seconds. It's pretty detailed and it's a great starting point for you to write a blog. Without AI, that would take me about 20 to 30 minutes, but in ChatGPT you can get it in just a few seconds, and it's a great start for your blog. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when you use a document like this versus when you use a generic prompt. So on the left side, we did use the document, we fed it to the prompt, and we got this version versus without any brand profile, pretty generic. I'd say the difference is pretty obvious. The left side, you can see that it was written by a human. The tone is warm and reassuring as it should be for this specialist. It connects emotionally with the patient because it addresses some of the concerns and what goes through their mind before surgery, for example. And the right side is pretty generic. There are no brand values communicated. It's pretty obvious that it was not written by a human, and you don't really feel like your questions are answered. While your competition fights over saturated keywords, I hunt for content gaps that are missing entirely. You can use competitor analysis tools to identify keywords that are missing from your content or your competition's content. If you don't know where to start with research or you find it overwhelming, you can always ask a tool like ChatGPT to help you out and create a tailored plan that suits your exact needs and even set restriction based on your budget or your time. I use AI to analyze multiple data sources at the same time. Search trends, social media discussions, forum questions, or even competitor content. So I might download PDF guides, analyze and get information out of and use sources. So I use NotebookLM to basically fit it all this information and get targeted responses to exactly what I need for this article. So I don't spend hours and hours to go through multiple pages of content. This makes it a lot faster and efficient. So as you can see here, I had a full-on chat with NotebookLM. I fed it all the materials that I needed it to use as a source. And if it ever opens, so as you can see here, I have my notes based on our chat history. I fed it all the material that I wanted it to use as a source. So based on that, I got results like this. It was written in Greek, so it was the fastest way for me to get this information. I still have access to these notes in case I need it during editing, which always comes in handy. And it's a great way for me to be efficient and a lot more productive. That allows me to deliver blogs faster and not compromise the quality. When you do proper research, you don't only identify what people are searching for. You get a clear idea of the questions they're asking and what existing content out there is not answering properly. Great content starts with great structure. I never start writing without a detailed outline, and neither should you. again on ChatGPT, I give it a super quick prompt that includes the elements that I wanted to for a detailed blog outline, like the headers, the key points, and I get this outline for my writing. It's pretty detailed. It shows me which headlines I need to use, and obviously the FAQ section in the end. So in just a few seconds, I have a complete content blueprint that ensures logical flow and hits all the right search intent signals. So this outline and the document become my entire roadmap for the article. And this is what the outline looks like as a mind map. Here's what most people mess up. They ask AI to write a blog post, and they get the most generic output that ever existed. I use a slightly different approach instead. So before I start writing my article based on the roadmap I created, I go to each section and I write specific prompts that include the target keyword that I want to use for this article and specific credible sources that I can use, and especially when it's about a medical website. We do not want to put any misinformation out there. This ensures quality and helps with Google's EEAT requirements. From AI spam. Every AI draft must be edited by a human. When you do the editing yourself, you can detect grammatical errors, add your industry expertise, and inject that authentic voice that makes your content truly valuable. This is a non-negotiable. Before you publish your blog, you need to make sure that it's technically polished to rank well and get results. So if your website is on WordPress, you can use Yoast SEO and make small adjustments to get a higher SEO score. But in this case, if you want to use a free tool that's super beginner friendly, you can go to SEOreviewtools.com and copy paste your blog here. So you can use the keyword, let's say our keyword is surgery, you can use it here. You can add the title right here. You can write a meta description that obviously includes this keyword and gives a pretty good description of what the blog is about. If it's too long or too short, you get feedback right here. This looks green, so we love to see green. Currently, we're at 77%. We can get a higher score by adding an image and an alt text that includes the keyword. So let's do surgery. And our score is already at 85%. And when we go here, you can see what you need to fix. This is a pretty common one, to use the keyword in the very front and these ones. So you'll have a pretty good idea of how your blog will perform SEO wise. So when you want to optimize for SEO, remember the title, the meta descriptions, alt text in your visuals, optimize for target keywords. So make sure that the target keyword is on the headlines, and implement schema markup for FAQs and articles. Did you know now that with AI, one piece of your content can serve multiple markets and 10x your reach? Modern AI tools are incredibly accurate. But again, as always, you need to have a human do the editing and have the last word. So do that, and you've just multiplied your potential reach by 5 times or even 10 times. This is where you dominate search results beyond rankings. Every time you ask a question on Google, you get this little result that is AI generated. This is the place that everybody's fighting for because it's the zero-click result, and I don't really have to open any other sources. I mean, I will because it's my job, but you get a pretty detailed answer here. What a lot of people undervalue and not a lot of people do in their blogs is check the people also ask section, which is a gold mine when it comes to writing FAQs and answer the exact questions your audience has around this topic and get featured as high as possible. If I wrote a blog about what to ask your anesthesiologist and I added these questions here, and obviously when I open one more up here, below, I use the exact question my audience has around this topic, and I make it easier for them to get accurate information and potentially get them to my website, which is the ultimate goal. So when you publish a blog, your job is not done. It's just the beginning. One article should become multiple touch points for your audience. So you can use ChatGPT to break down an entire article like the one I showed you and repurpose it into LinkedIn text posts, carousels for Instagram, threads, X tweets, email newsletter formats, graphics for Instagram, short videos for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and it goes on. One single article, even if it's 1,000 words, 1,500, 2,000 words, can become over 10 pieces of content. Just make sure that each one is optimized for each platform, and it will bring you traffic to your website, and it will act as a teaser for somebody to go ahead and read the whole thing. So follow the system and you will get consistent results just like this, no matter what your industry is or what your company size is. Organic traffic increased by 100 or 200, 300% can be common, but most importantly, this creates genuine authority and attracts engaged readers who want to convert and actually do convert. Everyone talks about how AI will replace creatives and content creators, but the real opportunity is not replacement. It's intelligent amplification. Truth is, your competition is either still ignoring AI or doesn't know how to use it properly. They're still on the content hamster wheel while you're here building a system that allows you to be more productive and a lot more efficient. This framework works whether you're a solopreneur or you have an established content team. The system can be adapted to your needs, but the results are consistent. Your content engine can be operational next week, and you can publish your first optimized blog tomorrow, but only if you start implementing this strategy today. Want to know the 4 AI tools that might be better than ChatGPT for specific content tasks? Click here or here. If you found this useful, please like and subscribe for more actionable content marketing tips. Drop a comment telling me which step you're most excited to implement or what you want to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.